And then I would probably put some mix of like mage and then warrior probably. And then maybe death knight.
They'll never see it.
Okay, I'm gonna try the Seraphine card out. It's incredibly powerful. And I'm gonna take it. And look, now if we get a bad deck offered, you just turn it into something new with Seraphine. Problem solved, right? Let's go Swashbuckler. Proto Drake's okay. I actually think Quick Pick is okay as well. But yeah, Proto Drake's 2 minions. Cards that create more cards or extra minions are better with Seraphine, right? So you could, draw this, add a card to your hand, play on curve, still play your Seraphine on curve, and still have minions to convert. That being said, none of these do that. I think Sergeant is still better than Buccaneer. I don't really like any of these. We'll take Bunker Sergeant. Whelp Wrangler is a good card and does work with Seraphine in that same regard, right? You play it on curve, you turn your 1/2s into who knows what. I think Shifty Sophomore is okay too. I honestly think Direwolf Commander's okay, but let's go Whelp Wrangler. Here, I mean, we've got the Snoop. If you get any mech or coin synergy, which we don't have. We have the Corruptor, which works with our Time Lost Proto Drake and our Whelp Wrangler. That's probably a reason enough to take it. Activated, it's a great card. The problem is when it's not activated, it's a dead card effectively, but yeah, well, no. Maybe get some more stuff here. We could take a Cheat Death. I don't really like that. Take a Deadly Poison. I also don't really like that. Take a World Breaker with no mechs. I don't like that, but we have most of our draft to try to pick up some mechs, right? Speaking of which, Snowfall and Cheat Death, not very good. Spider's a pretty good card, and then it can become a very good card if you get the synergies. We did pass a Mimiron in our first pick. Tiny World Breaker, Spider, Mimiron. That's a pretty good start to the mech world. Take the Pillager here, probably. I like it more than Tar Creeper. Could get a Wishing Well. Take the Wrangler, same reason. I think it's the best card here, but the coins could matter. Maybe use Seraphine, coin out a 4-mana 6-drop or something. Who knows? You can make some plays like that. These I don't like at all. I'm going to take the Crimson Hothead for our potential Dragon synergy. Honestly, Greaser's probably not that bad. It's much bigger than this card, but... Dragon Rogue, right? Delinquent, pretty good too. As always, works with the Seraphine. Minstrel, also kind of nice. After Seraphine or to draw your Seraphine. I kind of like that a lot. We don't have a lot of ways to draw cards. And we have all minions, and most of our cards are bad. So maybe just getting a surplus of like a number of cards could help. Good morning, guys. What's up, Lubco? I think Fan's okay. Abyss is okay. Potion's kind of cute, but it's really like pretty hard to ever get that card to work. I think you could take either one of these, but I'll go Fan. Take a card that draws a card. Stick Up's great. Fool's Gold's okay. Crusher's okay. But I think you have to take like pretty much all the Stick Ups they offer you. I'm going to take Black Rock Co. Shovel. Can give us a minion, potentially. Can help us draw a card. Really, the key is to just get that Seraphine. The rest of our deck right now doesn't look like it does much on its own. I don't like Burgle much. Spending 3 to get 3 random cards, funny enough, feels pretty bad. Especially with Shell Game, and 2 to get 3 is more where I want to be. And yeah, I guess this Blackwing Corruptor is going to be pretty good. I love Huckster. I like it more than Eviscerate, and I like them both more than SI Agent. Tarslick, having one Tarslick's okay. I'm not a huge fan of it, but sometimes it works, right? Tarslick, fan of knives, gets you out of a pinch. These are pretty bad. Let's take the Mechanist. I'm going to take the Contraband Stash. Sadly, we actually don't have a great Contraband Stash deck without Seraphine. We have one Swashbuckler, Huckster, Stick Up, maybe a Dragon. I mean, a lot of rogue decks have a lot more ways to do stuff, but it's not over yet, right? Isn't pivoting into Jade. Who are you? And what did you do to Redman? Well, we got Seraphine. That was our pivot into Jade. We convert our whole deck into Jade cards. I would take the Shadow Step. Actually kind of works with the Contraband. It's for each card you played. So you could, you could play what you get from Swashbuckler, brew it back, replay it, and then you have 2, snakes or whatever in there. Down. Not a huge fan of Assassinate. I guess Deconstructor kind of works with our World Breaker pretty well. It's another card that works with Seraphine. Adds a minion to the board, but keeps a minion in our hand. I'll do that. Probably double agent. We have a couple of cheap cards that can add a card to the to our deck. I think I'm down. None of these really excite me. I think I'll just take an Eviscerate. I'm the greediest of the greedy. I love picking Burgle. Yeah, I'd just rather get 3 cards for 2 mana if I could. I don't mind From the Scrap Heap. Very good. Like, this whole deck is like, if you get Seraphine, you're gonna probably be in a really good spot. If you don't get Seraphine, you're probably screwed. I'm gonna take 777s. I actually think in a Seraphine deck, it's very strong, especially a deck that tops out at 5 mana, because you might be, you know, getting 5 drops after for 3 mana that you can still cast. You can also dig really hard for your Seraphine and then have a full hand. Anything that increases our odds of getting the Seraphine off seems like the thing we want to do here. On that note, our whole deck seems to be structured around this. Ram Commander gives us 2 more rolls in a Seraphine. I think it's honestly probably a better card than Assassinate, even without the Seraphine, but with the Seraphine, I'm kind of down. Wow, double Corruptor in our Dragon Rogue. Golker is a good card. Wow, really did not get a lot of Contraband Stash support. This deck without Seraphine is much worse than the Priest deck, which was going to have a hard time. Oh, beautiful. Never mind. All of the Contraband Stash support a boy could ask for. Sure, Dread says Party Portal is broken, even though it sucks. Yeah, he loves the Creepy Curio, but I love Twitch chat, and that's why I take Golden Kobold. I don't know why you would even think about it. Why did we pass prep? How are we going to prep concede? We win with 2 cards. Yeah, but these are at least fun. So, like, the Priest deck had much better overall card quality, but, like, every game is going to be a drag, and probably you're going to end up losing, you know, 15, 20 turns in. Whereas this deck, you got some fun stuff to do. And even if you don't hit the Seraphine or the Monkey for a little while, 1, you get to spend the rest of the game, you know, trying to draw them. So living an extra turn or 2 or 3 is kind of rewarding. And we got other cards that could generate interesting things. Swashbuckler, Contraband Stash. Like, we have like some sort of win conditions, at least in this deck. All right, let's go and get the deck tracker up. Thank you again to Statman for the support. The stream just gets started, and this guy's donating 100 bits. Wait, why didn't I swing last turn? Toys are much more fun to play. Yeah, whatever. Would I play a 2-mana 2/3 poisonous? Probably. Best win condition is the pilot. Well, yeah, we're gonna overperform. We're gonna outperform the bad deck, of course. Okay. Not the best draws. I'm gonna hold that to get the coin here. I wouldn't mind cycling, but we're guaranteed to get the coin if we hold it and use these 2. Yeah. Actually, I don't have to use the fan, huh? I could do it like this. And then I still have the fan, potentially. Other arena streamers would instantly retire the stack. I mean, Dose and I wouldn't save PJ. Tarantula Graham, Mafundi, Judge, Kolst wouldn't. Most wouldn't. Dreads maybe would be the only one that would. But yeah, I mean, I'm sort of with you there. Well, it's a good card for Contraband Stash. You can bump and heal and just play the 4. That's not so bad, depending on what we draw. If I get a Seraphine, I'm gonna rip the Seraphine, though. Fritz hates fun. He does. We're on the same wavelength here. Does PJ retire a lot? No. PJ doesn't retire. Colts doesn't retire. Save doesn't retire. Dose doesn't retire. Red doesn't retire. Dreads, he retires for everyone. You know, just stain on the community. But hey, you know, he did do something good once, I think. I'm told. Veritas has probably never retired in his life. Veritas will never even retire in real life. He just refuses. Oh, he forged? He's just gonna work until he's 114 years old. You know what? Having something to shoot would have been preferable. I could cycle the fan to try to draw something, but good guy Dreads, he retires for everyone. He does so much retiring. Why is that? Both players draw 2 cards and gain crystals. Well, I'm under the impression that that's the worst duels treasure you can get.
Big enough for the 2 of them. What lurks in the courage of man shall not fail.
Veritas is like John Henry, the steel driving man, but in arena mode of a children's card game. I've oftentimes heard him compared to John Henry, steel driving man. I have heard that. Do I want to play this? I mean, I'm gonna get other dragons at some point. I get to play my biggest thing. Cluck, I'm a chicken. Thank you for the 31 months of tier 1 subbage. Mama Melly, it's good to see ya. I mean, it's large. Kind of blocks the weapon a little bit, heals me a little bit. If in a pinch we have to just play a 5 mana Fi the Setting Sun, then that would be not the end of the world. Let's see, have I played anything else? I have not.
Candle butt slider.
Candle butt slider. You could fan this guy? He's out here throwing rocks at me. The brush. I have a fan. Okay, let's fan then. World Breaker. Turn kind of sucks here. Let's see if we can find a relevant minion to play. I suppose that's okay. In a pinch, guess I could Shadow Step it. It does get summoned by the contraband stash. Why'd you change your camera angle? I was told to. I was given explicit changing orders from the Oregon state government. It had to do with some endangered species. Through the exhaustive analysis, this was found to be Redbeard's most sexual angle. Don't forget the sexuality, the OnlyFans. Speaking of sexuality, that man exudes it. Nothing sexier than giving bits to a streamer, I always say. Thanks, Statman, for the 100 bits. That is very kind of you. The OnlyFans camera has an entirely different angle. Well, that's why I ordered the specific Team Liquid see-through gaming chair with the see-through bottom. And then there's a camera underneath the chair. And, well, I don't want to get into the details, but, you know, I think you might have some understanding of what's going on now. The bit sound is very sexy and enticing. So true. So true. Is this good? I mean, that'd be pretty good.
Here we go.
Pretty good. Those were notably sexual 100 bits. Speaking of sexual, I rode my bike a pretty long distance in the rain, and it was getting dark. And I bought some of the new Pokemon set. And then when I came home, I thought, you know what? Let me go run on the treadmill. I actually ran a little bit on the treadmill. I also walked at a brisk pace on a semi-steep incline for a little while. But I did do some running, and I feel like I'm going to pay for that later. But it felt pretty good. Got enough poison for you. I need more poison. I'm actually very, very happy, in terms of Hearthstone, that we won this game without hitting Seraphine. Now, this guy had his treasure. He selected Mindocalypse, which is, I think, the worst one, which is actively bad. It's kind of like 0 mana, discard a card, improve your opponent's hand and board status. He also had a Cult Apothecary in there, Future Emissary with no dragons. His legendary was a Sarufang. I'm not here like trying to be hypercritical, just that might not have been the best deck. Maybe they didn't make the best choices. We know they could not have made the best choice on their duels treasure. But, you know, two half of our deck didn't get Seraphine and got a win. I'll take that.
Valera versus Sai! The ice storm gathers.
What?
Well, I will mulligan quite aggressively for Seraphine. I'm not going to get rid of a Huckster. I wouldn't get rid of a Golden Kobold. I wouldn't get rid of a Swashbuckler. Most other things I probably would. I guess that's not true. I'd probably keep a drone. I'd probably keep a shovel. Definitely keep a wrangler.
You want to buy a...
Well, his hand looks really bad, but drawing the Swashbuckler, depending on what we may or may not hit, could go a long way. Could go a long way towards helping the contraband be a viable play. What's the worst treasure? Mindocalypse. Mindocalypse. I kind of wanted to hit here. Maybe, maybe not. Let's get our little things. We got Reborn. Double stealth actually kind of hurts. Stealth on the bunk. The next demon costs less. Okay, well, need that Seraphine now. Try to counteract his huge tempo play. Not looking good. Yeah, I mean, we need our Kobold. We need our
This world needs.
Shadow Stab. These aren't what we want. 3, 4, 5. I don't think we're getting there. Maybe he gets a bad spell. I suppose I can dagger this. Maybe he goes for it. Gets like a card that kills it. He says, oops. Thinks he's gonna get the Scourge, instead kills his own guy. What does this card say exactly? Cast a spell from your deck. Targets this if possible. Okay, so it's a random spell. That won't hit my guy at least. Well, that's actually kind of bad too. Could hit a... I don't know, there's not a lot. Interesting. Agent card. Cards just sadly don't really do anything. I guess I have to...
Careful.
I have to taunt. I would prefer not to take any more damage. Alright, doesn't look good. Oh, but it might kill his guy.
Brightness calls.
Love the stealth noise. It's subtle, but it's great. Seraphine. 4. So 3.
Trust no one. Not even me.
That's all I get. Try to play another one. I didn't play another one. Next turn, you can get lethal. I don't think that's true.
We only need one.
Unless you mean killing myself. In which case, yeah, maybe. Well, look, Contraband sucks. I mean, it was fine for us. Spent 5 mana on a Sarufang.
I can't play. Here we go.
Ice cold, baby.
Well played.
Alright, that's kind of how I figured most games will go if we don't draw Kobold or Seraphine. And now he did have his Kobold on 3. So he got to play a minion with twice as many stats as we would hope to expect. And then also hit cheap legendaries. So if like you play Kobold and then you get a handful of like 5s and 6s and you have to skip a turn, it's not nearly as strong. But if you're just playing like a good 4 and then another good 4 or 5, you can kind of just you're not really paying any price, right? Where's the damn legendary? 2 games, and we haven't drawn it once. Unacceptable. Did draw it this time. The rest of our hand looks a little dicey, but maybe we can get coins from this. Funny because we actually want 777s in the deck for after Seraphine, but what can you do? We got the card this time. We did. Hopefully we can get a couple plays. Like a Whelp Wrangler would be huge. You just play that unactive. That helps me. Pretty big draw coming up here, though. Whelp Wrangler, Ram Commander, Huckster, even from the scrap heap. Just cards that we can play that load up our hand. Remember, throughout the draft, we kept referencing that. Golden Mage. Well, some of these cards are older. People might not have ever played with them. And imagine thinking you had to like actually do something to get a card back in the day.
Here we go.
You had to do more than just have a battle cry. Rock. Not that helpful, but if I have to use it, then, you know, here we are. Now, here's the question. What do I do if I hit Kobold next turn? I guess I just rip Kobold. I'd kind of prefer not to. But I would honestly rather hit Kobold than another 5 or 4.
Time runs out on me.
Your opponent's left.
Okay. I mean, I'd rather play the game out. And win. But our hand was horrible. And I'll take a free win. Now I guess they just felt really bad. I guess we didn't get the card that time.
Valera versus Illidan.
Yeah, I mean,
Tell no tale.
what are you gonna do, right? Now here's the thing, like, should I just keep this whole hand? Maybe what I should do is mulligan for my bad cards. You know what I mean? Like, keep these cards I don't want to draw. And then have a better overall
For
card
channel
quality.
support. We should all support this awesome streamer.
We'll just
Faccine
commit
sorridente.
to the Kobold, and then Spider's not so bad, right? Pirate Illidan. I can't think of anybody less fitting to be a pirate. Hey, Statman, thank you for the 100 bits. Kind-hearted man. For the amount of barcodes you run into, you deserve a free win here and there. Thank you, Adam. I actually agree. As the person who seems to have to play against the highest percentage of them, while getting sniped the most, while getting trolled by dreads, feels like, you know, we deserve some good things once in a while.
Here we go.
So I guess the question is going to come down to, do we coin out our golden kobold? With this play, I think I'm gonna hold it.
Here we go.
Am I gonna hold it? I can get what I can turn the treasure into a thing. I'd have to find some cheap legendaries. One more legendary. You know what? Fuck it. For Twitch chat. You know? Kinda works. I also get a 6/6 taunt, right? Like, our bad hand became kind of another bad hand, plus a Seraphine. And then we got a 6/6 taunt, right? As long as we're not drawing... Oh.
Here we go.
Not really what I wanted. I don't really want to throw 8. I didn't really want to throw 6 into it either. Let's do it this way. I really also don't want to play Slagmaw. What would I like to draw? Time Lost Proto Drake. And then just tempo out the 4, add another card to my hand, and then Seraphine. Alright, that could be worse. A 4 mana 3/8. Whenever you cast a spell... Oh, okay, never mind. It's crazy because I guess he's gonna get clocked for 8, and maybe his hand just can't deal any damage. He's still 2 turns away from the 5/4. What's going on? Yeah, these are some games, I guess. Nothing beats the Cthulhu Eye in terms of hero portrait ridiculousness. Though, that thing is atrocious and it single-handedly made me lose whatever faith I had left in her. Oh no, that's quite impactful. Turns out a 3 mana 6/6 is pretty good. Yeah, no doubt about it.
I must protect the wild.
No doubt about that. I don't know if it's always a good tempo play on 2 or 3 or 4. sometimes you're gonna whiff, right? And we actually kind of whiffed pretty hard there, minus the Seraphine. But we got the Seraphine, and were we? What was our next draw? Were we able to make a play? I forget. Oh my God, Seraphine dream here. 16 straight for the Oilers. Have they won 16 in a row? Every time I look, they win. I think the Kings have won like 2 out of 16. So that's not good. It did use his coin. If I do this, I might end up getting an extra one anyway and forcing him to swing into something he doesn't want to swing into. The Leafs have beat the Jets twice in a while, twice in a row, and that felt great. Frick Winnipeg. Think it, Winnipeg. Go back to Winnipeg. I mean, I still get to tempo the minions. I'm still going to have a relatively large hand of Seraphine potential hits. Could even wait another turn, couldn't we? We could. Don't have to Seraphine on curve. It's not like our minions are going anywhere. 7, 8. Bunker looks pretty nice. I just bunker. If he's just sitting here, I'm gonna bunker, I guess.
The courage of man shall not fail.
Here we go.
The NBA doesn't need a 4-point line. It's already let's shoot threes all game. Going to a 4-point line would make the game even more boring than it already is. Opinion on introducing the 4-point line? I think it's an interesting concept. I don't think the NBA is just shooting threes or anything. If anything, opening up the floor even more sort of just makes the game more interesting. I would like to watch like a couple preseason games with a 4-point line. You'd have to do the math, right? So people would have to be able to shoot. Hold on, let me take my turn.
These. Oh, I'm just borrowing them.
People would need to be able to shoot at least 30% from a 4-point line for it to be like an efficient shot. And depending on how far out you made it, I don't know how many people would be hitting that shot 30% of the time. Any undead here? Dump a lot of stuff here.
So many options.
If all the beasts in your deck, transform a copy of a friendly beast. Any undead? Friendly beast? I guess I just want a 3/3.
Not this day.
Hope I have the time to, I mean, maybe we have beasts there. This is just beasts in your deck, right? Transform into a friendly beast. I don't know. Okay, now I need card draw. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it would be the worst idea. I know people have probably mentioned it for a long time. People thought the 3-point line would ruin basketball when, you know, they introduced that. I think in the ABA. And now people would, like, couldn't even imagine the game without it. So it's a good thing there aren't more of them, because I think it would generally ruin the game if it was a common hero. The guy. I don't know if it would really ruin it for me, but I could see it being a little. Yeah, I'd like to watch it. Like, having a 4-point line might actually incentivize more internal play, like more interior play. Because you take like half court, right? And like, what is it, a third or 40% of half court is mostly just useless space. Kind of doesn't do anything. Turns out doing 6 mana do nothing when you're 13 HP is bad. Yeah, that is bad.
Always do.
These games have been not fun, but we've won 4 of them, so sure. Now we just need to hit Seraphine. I think we're reaching a point where current players are too good with the NBA rule set. Yeah, so I think more so than a 4-point line, I think actually enforcing a lot of the rules would actually improve the game. So like, there's no doubt that the guys like travel so much and they carry basically every possession. So it makes it a lot harder to defend, you know? And like, there's a difference between like 90s carrying and the carrying of 2018 and beyond or whatever, 2017, 2020. And then it's like, if you have the offense initiating all the contact and just getting free throws, like I think that's worse for the game. Like not even allowing one team to play defense or either team to play defense, I think makes the NBA a lot less watchable than people skillfully making long distance 3-pointers or 4-pointers or anything like that. But maybe I'm just an old man. I will say, if you go back and watch 90s basketball, a lot of it, and early 2000s, mid 2000s, a lot of it's unwatchable, man. It's so unentertaining. I don't know how to. It's so bad. Like even if you go back and watch like Bulls runs, like the best team in the 90s, even great players like Pippen, like he's just bricking 17-footers like nobody's business. The guys are just getting mugged constantly. It's pretty rough. It's pretty hard to watch. Guys, you'll see like possessions where people are just turning it over 4 or 5 times in a row, both teams back and forth. Nobody's even getting a shot up. And then when they do, it's a contested 16-footer that freaking bricks off the rim. 2 seconds left on the shot clock. It's like, didn't you call moving screens and limit free throws? I agree. I think that would be an improvement to the product. Man, that's so good. But you know what? So is Seraphine. So.
Oh, I'm just borrowing them.
Armor and draw. Armor, good. At the end of the day, it's hard to hit the balance. Entertaining versus technical, yeah. And at the end of the day, like there's a wide range of probably acceptability. Basketball was very, very popular in the, from 1990 to 2005. It's still very, very popular now. Like at the end of the day, it's gonna remain popular. It's not like it's gonna like completely disappear or anything. But there can be variety to the style and the and all that. Like the game was played so slow, it was so physical, but like there wasn't a lot of skill. And if you go back and watch like even the Spurs, the Pistons, even those Lakers teams, like outside of like Kobe, like if your team, like the best teams, like Jordan still looks like head and shoulders above every player if you go back and watch a game from then. Duncan's still putting up like 25 and 12 with 3 blocks, but it's like even Duncan, like do you really want to watch Duncan and Shaq like back somebody down for 6 seconds and then turn around and make a little jump hook? It's kind of like, I feel like it's more entertaining to watch a lot of it today. You have already lost, my friend. Go 4 and 1 and 2. We could see if we have a beast.
Caress your fear.
No beasts. Oh, wait, never mind. Got a beast. Over here complaining. Complaining about something that hasn't even happened yet.
Now where did I put my explosives?
One by one.
Here we go.
And our Cthulhu's getting big. I'm so tired of people just leaning on stats. Jordan was on another level. Yeah. I mean, if you're comparing guys historically, I think it's way better to compare them to their peers. You can't really compare Jordan and LeBron and whoever the next kid's going to be, Victor Wembanyama and Bill Russell. At the end of the day, like Jordan was so much better than everybody who was playing. So much better than everybody who was playing at the time compared to how much better like Jokic or Embiid or Luka. Like they're all really, really good. And if you took them and put them in 1998 basketball, they would tear people up. Like they would adapt and they would be incredible players. But like them now, they're not at the level of like superiority that Jordan was over the next best guy or the next 5 best guys. But it's an imperfect science, right? Like at the end of the day, sometimes we're just bozos talking about stuff, right? Because we're bored. I used to be able to do all of Jordan's signature dunks when I was 16 on an 8-foot basket. But seriously, I did them all. Not just thought, I was doing them all. Hey, I would watch. I would be, I'd buy a ticket to see that show. What was the last thing he played? Do I get that?
Follow that fuse.
What if Gretzky grew up playing basketball and Jordan grew up playing hockey? Who would be more dominant? I mean, probably neither one of them would have had their historical impact or whatever. The same. I mean, part of Gretzky's power was how he thought the game, right? His anticipation and stuff like that. That doesn't translate to just like, oh, I was the best at this, so I'll be the best at that. He saw the game in a different way before other, like he saw plays, you know, he knew where somebody was going to be before they knew where they were going to be. Steph has been the most influential modern player. The games have changed to be 3-point centric after he showed it's just better. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think I agree with that. It's interesting because you think eventually someone would come around, like it was him, and he needs to get credit for that. You also have to give credit to the coaching staffs that allowed him to do that, Mark Jackson and Steve Kerr. You look at other coaches who would have not allowed their players to play that way. And there probably could have been a Steph Curry before Steph Curry, but you had bad coaching or, you know, lack of understanding of what are more efficient shots. My lunch table friend was a god in high school. Got drafted to the Hornets, didn't make any impact, and now he plays in Europe over a league because the rule set is relaxed in the NBA. You know, I like relaxing. I know I say a lot of shit on this channel, but my whole life until about age 21 was basketball. I played probably 5 days a week on average, and I was very in shape. You know, when I was younger, I played basketball pretty much every day too. I was in much better shape. And now I'm old, and I ran on the treadmill today, and I could feel my bosoms heaving. And I had this moment of sympathy for all the large-breasted women who, you know, have to try to exercise with those big hooters flopping in the wind. I've learned to Google when I get stuck, and Majora's Mask is a lot more fun. Imagine playing that game before Google existed. A lot easier to be Steph than it is to be LeBron or Jokic. I mean, it's all relative, right? I don't know if that's necessarily true. But Steph kind of revolutionized basketball, so I don't think that's really fair. I think it's very, very difficult to be any of those guys. You need to have a lot of, you know, you need to have the genetics for it, and you need to practice a whole hell of a lot, and then you need to probably get, you know, lucky to some extent too. There's a lot of guys that could probably have been more successful in various sports leagues that just never got a chance, or were in the wrong spot, or had some sort of extenuating circumstances. I play this, it's just like, it's gone. Maybe next turn I draw something cheap, maybe. If I play it now, I lose the Mechanist. I don't want to do that. Hope all is well. Thanks, time in Malta. Yeah, things are pretty good. What made me start working out was feeling my boobs jiggle when I was doing smecks. Yeah, you know what? Part of getting in shape, it's nice. Like if you're out of the game for a little bit and then you do it again, you realize you're not even in sex shape. You gotta like, you can be like in shape, or you can be in like, I'm doing sex pretty consistently shape, or you can be I'm not even in sex shape, and that can be that can be eye-opening. That can be eye-opening for sure.
Trust no one, not even me.
Not even me. I hit here. I guess I want to go face. Could hit here twice, I guess. I'm gonna run it in regardless. I guess it could hit here once, and I could soak up a hit, and that would be kind of nice. If I draw, I lose my guy. Let's just redagger. I quit Majora's Mask last night because of the Goron race, and because I don't think the game is fun in general. You gotta beat it, Brinzy. You gotta go back.
Did you bring some fish?
Oh, we put the treadmill session on your OnlyFans. I did not. I did not do that. I did not. 1, 2, something like this. Something
The
like
courage of
this.
man shall not fail.
Here we go.
Double cross, leave it flying.
I mean, he hasn't stormed me already, right? Maybe he has a don't stand in the fire and just dunks it up a little bit. My problem with basketball is I'm 6'4", and in high school I was forced to play center, but realistically it was a forward, maybe even a guard. I played for the team. I was forced into that role. I wasn't allowed to shoot outside. It was ridiculous. I could use both hands and shoot from anywhere. I also was behind this guy. Look him up. His name is Ben McDonald, and he was 1 year ahead of me. I was like his challenger, and he was connected, so I couldn't get his starting spot until my senior year. This sounds like a good movie. I'd watch this movie. He played basketball, pitcher, football, kicker, and basketball center. Yeah, damn. Damn, what's he up to these days? Guess I can always do this. Wish that didn't cast Consecration. Sure enough, I do, man.
Here we go.
Not this day.
Alright, I'm gonna respect it, I guess. Even though I don't respect it. Failed at basketball there because he wasn't strong enough. Say to us your classed tier list in Arena. If you go to HS Replay, that's the tier list. Tatum and Brown, thank you for the follow. Tatum and Brown. That's the class tier list, which I think is like... Warlock, then Rogue, then Shaman, then Hunter, I think. Then the bottom classes are like Demon Hunter, Druid, Paladin. For me, I would say Rogue is my number one. I think you kind of have to accept that Warlock is really good if you hit the right stuff. And I'd probably put Warlock at number 2. I'd probably put Shaman at 3. And then I'd probably put Priest at 4. And then I would probably put some mix of like Mage and then Warrior, probably. And then maybe Death Knight. I don't know where I put Hunter. Hunter's probably somewhere in there too. Does that help at all? Tomb Pillager. Doesn't really do what I need. So 4,
Not this
2.
double cross.
Don't fly away!
Here we go.
Wanted to play this. I guess I'll do it this way. You beat the fourth one. Priest. These days you can find him watching a slightly successful arena streamer. Statman or Ben McLemore? Ben McDonald.
My totems! My pretty totems!
Both of them, maybe. The problem was that I only got to show my stuff my senior year, and still as a center. But one scout saw something in me, told me I could walk on at Mississippi State. But I had a partial academic scholarship at LSU, which was more local, and learned I could play the drums, and random weird people were handing me cards and clubs to ask me to model. My god. My god. I wasn't allowed to play sports. People handed me cards that said, printed on them, please leave, without making a scene.
My element.
The women spat upon me, but only if I paid the appropriate fees. Oh, and I smelled bad. Let me throw that in there. Shredding people tonight. Yeah, I don't know what's happening with this deck, but you know what? It's happening. Yo, Red, what's up? What's up, Big Tristan?
Let us be
I never called him sir without adding, "You're making a scene." It was the first time anybody called me sir without adding, "You're making a scene." I watched the pretzel episode today before the stream. I was flipping through season 8. I'm like, oh, let me put one on. Like, let me throw something on. And I was like, oh, I don't remember the pretzel one being that good. I'm gonna skip it. And I was like, you know what? Let me just watch it. And yeah, it was okay. It's not one of the best. It's okay though. It's got its moments. Wait a minute, Fat Tony. You're telling me the mob only did me a favor? Expecting a favor in return? I say to you, good day, sir. Okay, I will go. Hey, wait a minute. Check for millipedes. Yeah, that was good. These pretzels are making me thirsty. Maybe he's got no job and no girlfriend and he lives with his parents. These pretzels are making me thirsty. Having said that, looking back, it's better to focus on one thing and get great at it. I wish it was drums and not BHB. But my family threatened me if I quit college to pursue drums and take everything from me. I was a little spoiled. They were supporting me. So I didn't do drums or basketball. Well, that sounds like a scam. You should have done one or the other. And they made you choose neither. Now you're just an incredibly nice stream visiting man. I gotta do my yearly rewatch of Seinfeld, man. Who's streaming Seinfeld? Is it on Netflix? I hope not. I don't have Netflix anymore. None of those are mechs. This is a mech, though. Why don't we do this? Try. What are we trying to do? Trying to find our Seraphine? When I told them I want to drop out of college and focus on drums, they threatened to take everything from me and kick me out. It's on Netflix. Maybe I can watch on my phone. Give him nothing and take from him everything. Is this stealth? Stealth is just the worst in this spot. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. It sounds, honestly, believable. I choose not to race. I choose to believe you. Trolley problem? Sure. Come on, dude. That's such cod swallop, man. Complete and utter cod swallop. No Wind Fury, no Divine Shield. Stealth times 3. Yuck. Poison, Divine Shield, Wind Fury, Reborn. All those do something. Stealth does not. Maybe what would your last meal be? I don't know. Probably goldfish crackers. Do I get to pick or are they just giving me one? Better give me that insurance because I'm gonna beat the hell out of that thing. Oh, he says he's renting the car. Right, I have no plays. Really want a dagger. When your turn starts, summon a copy of your highest cost minion. I guess I could play all 3 of these. 3. That's not very good either. Best part is when the insurance doesn't cover for other drivers. How easy is it to talk to people IRL now that you talk to 30 people at once for a living? It was always easy for me to talk to people in real life. It was always something I found very easy to do. I find it just as easy now, but I find I want to talk to people far less. I don't know if that's 100% related to streaming. I don't know if that's, I don't know exactly what that is. But I find when I'm done streaming, I don't like to talk. It's like, you're so, you know, you spend so much time, talking. Talking, always talking.
Here we go.
If he doesn't taunt, if he doesn't heal, maybe we can kill him. Stealth it, yeah, maybe you could. I think shadow stepping it's better. Some small percentage of the time he's gonna be dead here.
See the Titan's glory.
Dragon synergy, yeah. We have 2 of them. This might keep my guy alive. It might help me get that 1 damage. He might not discover 5 damage from hand. 5 health from hand. We hold the taunt for potential heals. Hold the taunt for potential heals. I think holding it for the corruptor is kind of nice, but we've kind of been holding it all game.
That gives me chills.
Here we go.
What works in the day?
Morning, Redbeard. What's up, Jordy? Step plays around Tumbleweed? Yeah, Step plays around Tumbleweed. Some combination of removal spells, Lightning Storms, and Glaciates hitting Gnome Munchers, or whatever that card's called. The 8 mana 3/5, Abominable Lieutenant. Plays around a lot of things. Again, he has to have the heal, right? He had the heal. He had to have the heal. I think he discovered it, didn't he? So, Walking Mountain would be bad. Yeah, but we can't play around cards you can't beat. So, give yourself an opportunity to win. Well, he has to shuffle a Blood Plague, and we have to hit the Blood Plague. So we'll see if it's red. It was red. Oh, Lord, help me.
Here we go.
God. Really made us sweat there. That was close. That was close. I should have kept my big mouth shut. Almost jinxed it. Your story, you know? Your life history. One of my favorite Seinfeld clips.
Valera versus my ass.
Want to try an apple? What?
Yeah, that's pretty good. I like that. Oh yeah, I was talking about how I don't really like to talk when I'm done streaming sometimes. I like to sit in silence. This hand, could be good. Could be bad, depending on what our things turn into. We will get a lot of rolls at Legendary, so that's cool. Today I face a priest in arena that stars align, Therazine, into Walking Mountain. What the hell am I supposed to do about that? I beat somebody who did that. It was not the exact same, but they Therazine to Walking Mountain, and what I did was get a containment unit that rolled a Proto Drake, I think. Got a Raw Den, re-rolled my containment unit, got the Abominable Lieutenant, ate their, like, 2020, had like a 25-25 that they couldn't kill. That was kind of like the first step. That was the first step in a long game.
A tango.
I have 2 duplicates, which this hand is actually quite good if I don't know if it's quite good. These rolls are not that bad if these were active, but as it is, little dicey. I can go 2 in dagger. Oh, that is one of my dupes, actually. Yeah, sure. I can play the 5 next turn, and I have a better 6, getting some.
I concede.
Everybody concedes, but I don't think they realize that, like, what, 3.5 of those cards are just dead. Maybe 4.5. Now, we do have a 3 mana 6/6 font, and that does seem to be... I'll take it, though. I'll take it. They said no one left. Yeah, I get, you know, you can't really argue with the player experience.
Valera.
And this is like an all or nothing deck. And when it hits, people don't want to play. And
Watch.
that's like the 3rd or 4th time that's happened this game, so... Yeah, some of these cards are so insane. Seraphine. I think Seraphine's a million times better than the Kobold. Why is it a 6/6? Yeah, make it like a 4/4, 5/5. I mean, if it's a 5/5, it's still pretty insane, right? Make it like a 3-mana 4/4 taunt. Seraphine at some point. Could coin this out just to get it, and
Can't go wrong.
I would do that, right? Because I really don't end up any farther behind. I end up on the same spot in terms of mana, but with a 3/4 on board. Then I can go Mechanist, coin, Fleet Runner. Yeah, I don't think Kobold is like the most egregious offender in the meta. But I'd be totally fine with it being a 4/4. Or like a 4 mana 5/5 or something like that. Tweaking it, you know, somewhat along the way. Be a little dicey getting this free kill. Never mind, it can't. Slowest attack? Okay, I lied. Alright, put our faith in the Seraphine. Just want to make sure it's not drawing me a card. We got a 0 cost thing, deal 3 to each hero.
Heated flame.
Not really all that ideal, but I suppose... What else am I gonna do? Not great hits here, actually. Won't have any spells.
The courage of man shall not fail.
Can play this and this. Try to like gunk up his board a little bit. I would have played the 10D there. We know he has a 10D. He loses a rush. Now, sometimes you're worried the oof, that's not it. Sometimes you're worried the 10Ds will, you know, mess you up, but I think it's probably fine. It might buff your board, right? Is there a way to view the full Sebastian gallery? That I don't know. Red, this is me at 21. We'll have to ask Gesticulate on that. Oh, yeah. Who's that next to you? Is that the love of your life? I like that shirt, though. I like that shirt. Not gonna lie, I was kind of hoping you'd have to run into that thing. Trade. Jerry's a genius. He knew his acting sucked. He surrounded his show with great actors. Well, that could be helpful. Let's do this. Let's hit the thing that needs to be hit. Okay, okay, we got the second best hit there. Unfortunately. That's an actress on the movie Blaze Lolita. David Davadovich, something. I am shooting. And we are, we're going to get something going here. What it is, I'm not so sure yet. That is inactive. Maybe actually not. Those are all converted, right? Take the spell. Some random demon. Let's just see if we've ended up with some crazy demon. No. Oops. Wanted to look up this actress. Her name is... Not sure what her name is. Or if that's the name of the movie. Lolita Davidovich. Jungle to Jungle. Blaze. Oh, the movie is called Blaze. Green Eye. Thank you for the follow, Green Eye. I'd much rather be followed by Green Eye than the Brown Eye. Oh, he's drawing a lot of cards. What am I doing? Dealing 2 to the board. Clearing the board. 3, 4, 1. Oh, sorry. 2. I'm oversharing. I'll stop. I've had a couple of drinks. No, that's okay. I mean, don't share anything you don't want to, but feel free to share any cool stories about your life. That's fun.
You are a friend.
I'm sending you into the past. Only you.
Is he short or are you tall? Who are you talking to? Me? Oh, this is me and Paul Newman. I'm tall. I'm 6'4". He was playing center on the basketball team. Let's see. As long as he, wow, he might not even clear 2. I mean, he might clear this one. Leave me with a 2/2. Should have buffed this before playing it. Quiet you. Quiet you. Could brew back, either one of these, potentially. Put 6 epochs in my deck. That's kind of cool. I'm not gonna do anything. Kind of rude. Now give me an epoch. I can shadow step it and replay it. That doesn't really help me. Play the 4 and the 1. 4, 5, 1, 1 doesn't really work.
I do love a good study session.
Now I'm 55. That's great. I'd rather draw. Each different spell school I've played. Spell damage. I'd still rather draw 2. Maybe not now. Maybe later. Discard Shadow Step. I could also Shadow Step that, actually. You know what? I think I could have actually got Malorn down here. Oh, that cost 0. Never mind.
Fortune support.
Statman, thank you so much for the 100 bits. Is this a summoning salt video starting? Well, he asked me for my playlist when he was first getting started, and I said, you know what? No. Then I thought about it for a few days, and I messaged him. I said, you know what? It's fine. I bequeath my playlist unto you, my friend. You're keeping the lights on, Stat. What a powerful individual. Keeping the lights on and the Pokemon cards in the bank. In the thing. If I was him, I wouldn't even kill this. I would just let it hit him. Hit. Oh, double shit. Oh. Okay, I just need 2 damage. How do I get 2? Wow. Kind of insane. 2 random spells, 2 hairy footballs. 2 random spells. This has to be good. I don't know what it does, but it has to be good, right? Ice Blood Tower, not so much.
Sweet, beautiful water.
They don't need to commit anything else to the board. Stash, I don't know, I just got here. Stash these 5 things. Good morning, chat. What's up, Fred? Stand by my statement, regardless of how untrue it is. If I donate 600 bits all night, it's like $5. That's true. But $5 goes a long way in this business. Plus, I used all the bits that anybody donated in 2013. I bought a bunch of Bitcoins. I gave them to Dreads to hold on for me. I don't know. We had like, I don't know, 40. I had like 120. He had like 1. But he has my wallet. I don't know. I haven't really checked the price lately. I wonder sometimes, because he hasn't been returning my calls. He did just post from his diamond helicopter. I saw him on a private island. Guy goes on a lot of expensive vacations, but I'm sure my Bitcoins are doing okay. He said they may have even tripled in value up to a couple of dollars. So. Wonder if Mamba Forever and Satoshi Nakamoto are the same person. Who are those people? Who's Satoshi Nakamoto? Haven't seen Mamba Forever in a long time. Huh? Really glad I daggered. He's a creator of Bitcoin. Oh.
Here we go.
How much money is he worth now? Or has he been killed and consumed already? I like nice streamers. I don't see a lot of that. Dreads, Redbeard, Asmodai, that's it so far. What about Amaranth? If you give her some bits, I think she'll write your name on her pubes. He's unknown. No one knows the real person by the nickname Satoshi. Nobody knows who he is. I'm gonna announce for the first time ever, I am Satoshi Nakamoto. And I just stream Arena out of pure passion.
Will serve me in death.
Batman's special. So special. 30 seconds to Mars request. Cryptoshi Scamamoto. Scamamoto? Cranking this song up. Well, I have a strict rule, no cranking it on stream. For myself and for the viewers, but you know what? I'll let you crank it this time. It's like so much fun, but I should go to bed. Well, it's gonna be over in 15 minutes. Let's go brush your teeth and come back. You stank breath mother effer. I'm not allowed to crank it while watching? No, you can crank it.
I have but little time.
Comes down the code.
Can't go round, go through.
I have gout and it's so hurtful. I worked with a guy that would get gout flare-ups, I think on his feet, but not his knees or anything. Mostly just his feet, I think. And he was a manager of one of the stores I worked at when I was also a manager. His name was Jason Rospierski. And
The courage of man shall not fail.
everyone would make fun of him because he would drive around in a little cart, but it can be pretty serious. They shouldn't have been making fun of him. It's in my toe. Yeah, maybe it was his toes and his feet or something. Didn't I have a problem with one of my feet or my toes for a little while, and I thought it might be gout? Gout just pain? It's like inflammation in your joints. So, yeah, causes pain. But it can be like, I think, pretty debilitating. What was wrong with me? Taz will probably remember. I think she's keeping a running log of all the parts of my body that are broken. Chad Smith's drum cover of this song on YouTube is incredible. I listened to 20 seconds of the song without any drum parts. He started playing and he kills it. I saw that. It was cool. But I think there are some, like if you're a proficient drummer or like a proficient musician, you can kind of like, it's not as difficult as it seems, I don't think. Like, if you told me what key a song was in, I could play like a crazy solo over it or whatever, And I'm not like the greatest guitarist or anything. You could play something that to most people would sound pretty cool. You know what I mean? When was this? Oh, months ago? Guess you don't remember either. It's hard to keep track of all the things on my body that break. Is this butt rock? Some people refer to this as butt rock. Statman refers to this as the greatest song of all time. The ER nurse said gout is a rich man's disease and it comes from not drinking enough water. The crystals build up in your kidneys and then they travel to your lower level joints like your toes, and I got it in my ankle too. Are you a rich man? I think, yeah, there's a lot of things that can contribute to it, they say. I don't know if it's like 100% known, but it seems to be like drinking too much alcohol, eating too much like organ meat. I don't know, high in some sort of amino acids or something. I don't know. Not drinking enough water seems like a contributing factor to a lot of diseases. Diseases are weird. The bit slang and the stat man does make sense. Yes, the rich man's disease. That's how he's able to sling the bits. He has to get gout in his ankle. Oh god, I dropped my headphones. You can get it if you drink an excess of beer. Panda Jack, thank you for your follow. Usha Sharatanova, thank you as well for your follow. I look down, I look back up, my board is where? What's going on here? Who took my false teeth? Banker and dagger? Pocket of sand and a 3. Could also take this, forge it, and play a 3. I mean, I'm just a banker main, you know? Excuse me. These kind of suck. I think he's got a Reska? Looks like a Reska deck.
Here we go.
You're rich in uric acid. Oh yeah, maybe it's uric acid that builds up too. Vision said it was a rich man's disease because if you don't drink a lot of water and eat a lot of protein like beef jerky, then you get it. Beef jerky's expensive, man. My brother drinks like a fish and occasionally gets gout. I've stopped drinking alcohol for such a long time that today I drank a sip of sangria I made and I actually felt it almost right away. Granted, I hadn't eaten anything, but still. Eating too much meat, not drinking enough water. What is enough water? I don't know. But I know that one time when I was working, everybody carried around like big jugs of water. We were like all committed to drinking a ton of water. And I was pissing like 19 times a day for like 2 weeks. I'm like, forget this. Like, this is, you know, we have to all give it up. We're like, well, we're trying to do our job. Trying to do our jobs. It's like, all right, hold on. Gotta pee again. It's like, you just peed 20 minutes ago. It's like, I don't know what to tell you. It's just coming out of me. Okay, I'm gonna chop this. I'm gonna shoot that. I'm gonna pray that this pulls my my treasure or my Seraphine, which it did not. Oh my god, Andy the Cupid. The Andy the Cupid. If you guys don't know, we raided Andy yesterday. We raided him a couple times. I don't know if Rudy hung out for a bit, but Rudy's crazy. He's all in on Andy. So we had to make sure we visited Andy while Rudy was here. If you guys like World of Warships, which we did that sponsored content like, you know, a couple month, 2 ago, I don't know. He also does World of Tanks, and he's also just a nice man. So I don't know what to tell you other than maybe check out Andy the Cupid. If we got any mods here, we could shout him out. I like watching over on Andy the Cupid stream. Maybe we could just call him Andy. Maybe he'll allow that. Maybe he'll allow that. We're playing a little bit of Hearthstone Arena, my favorite game. My most favoriteest game. I already rage quit tanks and before 7 a.m. I never played the tank one, but if they want to pay the two of us to do a co-op sponsored stream, I say let's push our rage aside and blast some baddies. It's possible to kill yourself by drinking too much water. Yes, I remember they did. Remember they did that contest to give away a Nintendo Wii, and that poor mother actually had some sort of crazy complications and died from drinking too much water. I'm torn between playing Pal World or keeping it fresh, waiting for updates. Just keep playing. Don't keep it fresh and just keep playing. You may call Andy. Call me Andy, the Cupid. Bit is a shortening of something a little less savory. Andy the Cupid? I'm sorry, I don't follow. I don't follow. Hold your Wii for a Wii. I remember that, yeah. I don't think I really, like, knew anything about it.
Time may pass, but dream is eternal.
Other than, you know, after the fact, but pretty sad. Originally it was Andy the Cupid stunt. Oh dear. Not as marketable, but pretty funny. My original Twitch name was The Man with the Red Beard, but I was a viewer before I was a streamer. I didn't have any intentions of streaming when I started watching. Am I supposed to call you The Man? Or am I supposed to call you Red Beard? And I said, I don't know. Just do whatever you want. Do whatever you want, Amaranth.
What?
9 wins, nice. Yeah, 9's not bad. 9's not bad for you know, not hitting any of our power cards last game. I mean, we can't really expect to win at this stage of the run without hitting Kobold early or Seraphine early. And then even then, I think we're gonna have some fortuitous Kobolds and Seraphines. If we just get like average rolls, I don't think we're really gonna get there. We'll try though. This deck's been fun in that regard. This game we did get our Seraphine. At about the time I started streaming Twitch, banned an account called Piece of Sheet. I figured I'd play safe. Yeah, that's probably smart. That's probably smart. Being image generator seems to think Redbeard is a pirate's name. In a sense, it kind of is. I can tar slick. This is only minions, right? Replace your minions. I can tar slick to 2. Raid. So I stop his generation of 1/2s. I lose mine. It's probably more valuable than it is. It's probably more valuable for me than it is for him, but I don't really have a choice. This is a live version of this song? This is live in Budapest. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Now everything just needs to line up for kind-hearted, benevolent, noble Redbeard.
Oh, I'm just bothering them.
I mean, Toki's great. This could be good. Wallace Tome or Convert? I don't know. I mean, he's only got 4 mana. It's gonna be a while before... Yeah, I'm just gonna take like a Containment Unit or a Proto Drake at some point, aren't I? I think Convert too. I think the safe play is Convert. Cabalist's Tome's expensive, in a sense. I don't have much going on, but I do for the next few turns, and I'm gonna draw, you know, 2-3 more cards before I would have to play it. Could take that and just pull something out of my deck. But I'm probably just playing Toki. Oh, that's a great draw. I could play Barov, put all my guys to 1 health, and then buff them. Just 1 extra buff for Toki. I think I'd rather hold it. Insane to get 777s here, though. Give your minions a buff. We can, like, hit. I guess it stops me from pushing any damage playing it this way.
Looking for these.
He insta-picked a taunt? Well, that doesn't matter. What do I care about a taunt? What do I care about a taunt? Like, if he insta-picked, like, a Tortoise or something, and he's buffing his Tortoise, it's not going to be that valuable for me.
For honor and glory and fun.
Boy, we're really going to hurt him here. Don't know what we're doing yet, but...
Incredible.
It's been too long since I played one of these. Absolutely, positively love that card. My deck has a lot of cool stuff in it right now. Unfortunately, it looks like he's going to concede. Kind of need him to brawl. Make room for more boob. More boob? Man, I freaking love Seraphine. That card's so cool. I carry a big water around all day and I sip from it and it works for me. Like, yeah, I drink a fair amount of water, I feel. How big is this thing? 21 ounces, 621 milliliters? I kind of only do 1 of these per stream these days, though. Sometimes 2. Stash, I ain't tracking all that. No, you have to track it all. We don't really have a choice. Imagine drinking water in 2024. Sometimes I'll see things on TV or talk to people. Even some people in chat here have a hard time drinking enough water. I don't know. I like water. Just always like I don't really drink a lot of juice, or like I didn't, especially growing up, I didn't drink a lot of soda or juice. We drank like milk and water mostly. I might play this and shoot it.
Looking for these.
But like when I'm thirsty, that's just what I drink, you know.
Water.
I like juice. Like I like a cup of orange juice. I'll have a cup of orange juice, but I'll have like a small amount of orange juice in the morning. I don't really like to eat breakfast much. I'll have like a piece of toast or a bagel, and like, you know, half a cup of orange juice. You know, I love orange juice. I could drink a whole thing, but like the rest of the day when I'm thirsty, I'm not like, oh, let me go grab a big cup of orange juice, you know. I drink 2 liters of water during and directly after my workouts. Otherwise, I dry up like a raisin. Yeah, when I'm like I came home, I ran on the treadmill today. I'm very proud of myself. I also rode my bike a farther distance. My legs are very tired right now. I think they're going to be even more tired tomorrow. But when I came home, I was like, oh God, I didn't bring any water while I was on the treadmill, and I actually was sweating a little bit. I feel like I don't sweat that much outside of just like baking in the heat on really hot days, but I got a little bit of a sweat going, and I'm like, yeah, man, I'm freaking parched. Good job. Thanks, Ziff. Thanks, Ziffy Poo.
Get your feet out.
My hand is too full.
That I don't mind burning. That I mind burning.
Get your feet out.
Getting that out of my hand means I can hit the TNT, potentially. Do I have any more epochs, or did I draw them all? I got legendary, 2 damage, and buff, and I burned 1, so I'm out, right? Orange juice is OP. I only drink my pee. Oh, no. That ain't the thing you want to be drinking. That ain't good for you. So I can hit and take it. What else can I do? You have gained 15 or more armor. This is 3, 4, 5. He's at 6. 3, 4, 5. Can I convert them? Can I convert anything? I can get a rock from a convert that doesn't hit face. These aren't mechs. I could pull something.
So many options.
Red, what's up, Grog? I don't know. I think we're fine. What I'm gonna do is not think that hard about it and do this. Maybe this. Is a brew ever lethal here? Good morning, fucko.
For channel support. We should all pitch in and support this awesome streamer.
Thank you so much for the 100 bits. I was trying to BM that. I think that there wasn't many easy ways to get lethal.
Well played.
All right, nice moves. Lethal found. He's gonna crush us. Good old Yanako. Got 10 wins. The Seraphine did indeed do the things. Got us a Toki, got us a boom boss. We're blowing stuff up left and right, all willy-nilly. And Statman's out here gifting 100 bits to this buffoon. He's gonna crush you, Red. Not this match. Maybe next one. Last night was crap. I lost around 2,000 farts. Red, help with my pick.
Darkness comes on cold wind.
If you pick TNT from Banker Discover, how does it work? It blows stuff up. What's your pick? I don't see it. Am I missing it? I spent 80 farts on this. Best gas I ever spent. Let's see. You got Tess. Stats unlocked with premium. They don't show you. You got Tess. You got a lot of support for Tess. Probably Shadowward Steel. I probably not Lobotomizer. It doesn't always line up super well. I'd say probably not Lobotomizer. I think Kajamite's very strong too, but I would probably just take Shadowward Steel. It's hard to beat a containment unit sometimes, or Proto Drake. When you have Shadowward Steel and you're ahead, but not so far ahead that your opponent might just trade with it or whatever, you can just, you know, or they might Zilliax a containment unit, you just, bloop, just take it and then keep smashing them in the face. Or you're really far behind and you take an 8-drop and then drop a 5-drop and then you catch back up. And card's really good. Mr. Streams, Red, I've been partying a bit too much. Yeah, I respect it. Sometimes you gotta party, or as I like to call it, partay. I'm probably getting 777s. Not bad.
Thank you.
But I hope you had fun. I hope you stayed safe. But, you know, maybe not too safe. You're young, right, I think? Sometimes you just gotta party. What's this music? Sounds like an 80s elevator music, no offense. I wrote this song. I played the drums on this. You're actually kind of right. I don't really like this one. How about this? 3-1-1. I'm just gonna play the 5 and feel kind of bad. 3-1-1 is bad. 4-1 means I give up my dragon. 3-2 means my hand's chock full of shit, but I don't develop much. Double blood DK at such high wins? Nothing wrong with double blood if you got a lot of hematurds.
I wield the power.
Nothing wrong with that. It's got sunspot dragons and probably hematurges and probably a patchwork. But yeah, I've found when you stream, people kind of come and go, right? Like very few people are here all the time, you know, for years and years on end. Sometimes, you know, sometimes people lose interest in Redbeard, or they lose interest in Hearthstone in general, or their schedule changes, or whatever. And, well, one of the benefits of streaming as much as we do is, you know, people can always come back, right? People can always find their way back to a Redbeard stream if it's something that interests them. I'm still here, for now at least. A little unfortunate here to not get a thing we can tempo out. Great cards, right? We're gonna go Juggernaut, Desert Matron, like this dragon. Okay, we're not gonna do that. That kind of sucks. I'm doing yet, but I'm gonna spend all my mana, whatever I'm doing. Let's do this. And you know what I'm gonna do here? I'm going to play this too. Stash Rock Totem. Are you gonna cover all this too? Red has the sweet 80s tracks. I was born in 1988. It's a nice turn 8. Yeah, he had a nice turn 6 and a nice turn 7. But we'll have to see if, you know, what we can do here, what the board looks like. Want the taunt to freeze, ideally, actually.
The citadel stands strong.
Then what am I 777ing this thing? Oh, maybe better. I don't have to play it here. After you summon one. Yeah, who knows? It's a little awkward because I want my hand to be relatively empty, but I won't burn any cards next turn. Rock Totem, Juggernaut, Spurfang, 5/5 Elemental, 3/5 Dragon, 1/3. I thought he might play Blood Boil. I don't really want to tempo this out into a Blood Boil, but I might lose the +1/+1 by not playing it. I'm a turd. Probably the worst hit for him. Kills that. Not a bad card. Hematurd. Not bad, not bad. 11 wins in our first run of the night. Got a lot of support from some nice people. Thank you to the stat man. We got followed by a bunch of people, Tatum and Brown even. Probably the actual, I think that's the co-account of the actual Jason Tatum. And it's good to see you, Anton. Priest, I'll pay it out. Okay, thank you. Well, no monkeying around. We're going to be playing that Kobold this game, which I think we're at the point where we mentioned earlier, where it's better to keep a card I don't really care about, because what I don't want is to mulligan Crimson Hothead and then end up with Seraphine in my opening hand. Honestly, I'd like the worst cards I can get. They're going to just slam it on 3. Taz is smart. You're right, Taz is smart and beautiful. It's funny that you should say that. I was thinking the same thing, and yet now you get credit for saying it, stealing my thunder. Taz is a superwoman. I can see that. What with her ability to fly, her laser eyes. Stop setting up 12-win bets because Red queues up and gets a game too fast. It's too hard to keep up. They don't call Red they don't call me anything. They don't call me the Red Blur for nothing. All right, didn't draw our Seraphine. And to that, I say thank you, game. Now give me Helia. Ignis, interesting. Do I have a Forge card in my deck? Because if I don't, it's an awful lot less interesting. This is bad. This is bad. This is bad. Maybe I'll just concede. People sometimes concede when we roll these horrible combinations of cards. Serathene's gonna give you a forge. I would like to Serathene away this hand. Why is chat being so nice to me? Is it my birthday or something? They're always nice to you. Serathene's my forged card. Do I really not have one? I mean, we could end up with one. Swashbuckler. Stick Up could get the priest forge card. They're a forged dragon. No mech. I think I would rather just cycle this turn. Yeah, this is not looking good right now. I mean, yeah, having the board is nice, but our hand is not looking good. I don't usually get 3 compliments in a few minutes. Everybody compliment Taz right now. We'll change Ignis into a orange card. Yeah, maybe. That'd be fine. Shadow Step. Honestly, I think we've whiffed enough that I'm kind of down.
Something to hide?
Boom, hell yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Things are getting kind of interesting here.
Nature speaks.
This is a pretty good raw den. These are insane if they can be active. They're absolutely insane. Summon each other minion you play that didn't start in your deck. So we could resummon a Kobold, at least one. Reroll this hand. Goodbye, Vezex. Oh man, if we just hit that Blackwing Corruptor or the Serathene. Oh no, that will get rid of this. Okay, Serathene, deleting our Blackwing Corruptors and turning them into whatever. Please take my 1/4 without Wind Fury, please. Nice. Nice. Oh no. Oh no. I gotta get this down first. Right? We get a turn or two to wait, maybe. I mean, whatever, you can have legendary. So there'll be a legendary battle. Did we play the King Kong song today? Not yet. Donkey Kong? Not yet. I love it. That's actually probably really good for us. It's very unlikely, I would imagine, that Raw Den actually gets dealt with here.
Into the horizon.
And that's inactive, certainly.
See what is
Fuck.
real.
Skulker. I think I have to rip Serathene, or I can play the Gorgon. Gorgon D's nuts. Alright, I'm doing this.
These. Oh, I'm just borrowing them.
Ramp's good. This card is good. I actually can't finale this. Yeah, that's gotta be okay, right? My Raw Den's kind of getting worse, though. But maybe you can't kill Raw Den, right? Okay. I thought I was gonna get something. I'd like to take this back now, if possible. Wait, my remaining cards look like total butt cheeks. Statman, thank you for the 100 bits. Stash is a Spellburst, Wind Fury Rush, Raw Den, Ivory Rook. They might have just crap, right? I kind of low rolled a couple of Serathenes and a couple of and a couple of those guys. He might not be able to kill it. He just has a bunch of minions, right? All minions. Oh, but one has Rush. He's always going to be able to kill it if he wants to trade, play it. That's expensive though. Thank you, Statman, for the 100 bits. General Vezex kills it, but doesn't resummon. Hopefully I get Kobold. Oh! I think it's like, isn't it random? 5, 6, 7. What's in there? 1/4 Spellburst, Rush, Raw Den. Is this just lethal? Boy, that really felt like a great win. That felt wonderful to go 12 with that deck. That's stupendous. I think we were 0-1, right? And then we went 12-1. Oh, sorry, 12-2. Not bad, not bad. Cool. Serathene, awesome. They should give it to me more often. Our average with Rogue is legitimately like 11 point. I know I joke sometimes. It's legitimately like 11.8. And in Rogue decks that have either Serathene, Velarok, or Drilly, the average is like 12.1. Great start to the stream. Yeah, that's stupendous news. I mean, what can you do? What more can you ask for out of a run? Not even close. Yeah, I mean, they took our Cobalt and then probably just got a bunch of shit.